there is a generalized notion of art. However, it may be wrong. We know what we're talking about when we say art. Some imagine a symphony, others a very famous painting, perhaps a short story by a well-known writer. But I say that art is expression above all, and in any of its manifestations. A plate of food can be too. Today's story is about crafts, that more than crafts are pure artistic manifestations of the artisans of a beautiful adobe city called Yazd.
یزد توی حوزه بافته ها و دست بافته ها خیلی تنوع داره و از قدیم از دوره صفوی تقریبا خیلی تعدادش هم زیاد شده، تنوعش هم خیلی زیاد بوده. توی حوزه غذاهای سنتی و سوغات هم همینطوره، یعنی ما از شیرینیجات یزدی، نبات و انواع حتی بعضی داروهای گیاهی و برخی از وسایل آرایشی مثل حنا توی یزد خیلی خوب عرضه میشه، هم جذاب دیدنش، هم که تعداد این مغازه هایی که اینا رو عرضه میکنن زیاده. صنعتگران یزدی هنوز به سبک قدیم دارن کارهای خودشون رو تولید میکنن و به همون شکل عرضه میکنن، خیلی هم ارگانیکه.
One of the substances that evoke Eastern spirituality is henna, which is a red dye that is created from the crushing of the dried leaves of a local plant. This dye has two very unique functions in the Eastern culture. The first is its use for important ceremonies of a religious and matrimonial nature, and the other is for cosmetic. For example, here in Iran, women use it as a natural hair dye. Men also used it to paint their hair and beard because they believed it's good for hair growth. The preparation of the substance consists of grinding the dried leaves to obtain a green powder, which when mixed with water and makes contact with the skin becomes orange or red.
علت این که برگ حنا میاد یزد شاید دو اون سری خیلی مهم باشه. یکی اون فراوری که یزدی‌ها از این محصول به دست میارن. اگر بخوایم مثال بزنیم، شکر میاد یزد، شیرینی یزدی درست میشه. برگ حنا هم همین حالت داشته، میاد یزد و اون وقت با بهترین کیفیت حنا تولید میشه. و فاکتور دوم احیانا خشک بودن هوای یزد هست، به لحاظ اینکه رطوبت آفته هست. حنای ایران کیفیتی داره که مناطق دیگه مثل هند یا پاکستان به هیچ وجه نمیتونن با حنای ایران رقابت داشته باشن. به طوری که من به یاد دارم زمانی که واحد پولی آلمان مارک بود، ما حنا اونجا میفرستادیم، هر کیلو 4 مارک حنای ایران ها میخریدن، ولی حنای هندا به 1 مارک هم نمیخریدن.
This is not just a simple stamp. It's a signature of a family who has been in henna business for generations. Mr. Karbasi's great-grandparents were in farming business, growing henna, and himself and his father were in henna grinding business for many years. A precious textile that is attached to the identity of Yazd. It is called Darai. It is an inseparable piece of the history and culture of the people in Yazd. We visited a workshop that belongs to the great-grandson of Master Malik Sabit, who is known as the father of Darai weaving in this region. This is a family that has been mastering Darai weaving for 7 generations.
دارایی قدیم تار و پود ابریش هم بوده با رنگ گیاهی یه تعداد معدودی مثل رو الاف دارایی، پرده دارایی، بخچه دارایی، لنگ دارایی، رومیزی دارایی و چادر شبه دارایی، اینا را جایزه دختراشون میکردن.
This is a kind of textile that is very unique, and it is very different from everything that you have seen before. In some textiles, the design process is simultaneous with the weaving, and that's like terme. In some others, design happens after weaving process is finished, and that's like Ghalamzani. But designing daroi happens before the weaving process starts, and that makes it very unique among the other handmade Persian textiles.
Yazd is somehow the birthplace and has always been the center of the textile industry in Iran. And Yazdi people know that very well, and they're very proud of it. You can see the representation of this pride in designs and colors that are being used in weaving this precious piece of art. Daroi has 4 main colors. The white represents the honesty of the people of Yazd. The red represents the bright and shining sun in the sky of Yazd. The green represents the tall and lush trees in the gardens of Yazd. And of course, the brown represents the sand dunes of this region.
از 3 رنگ اصلی سبز و زرد و قرمز استفاده میشه. این 3 رنگ اصلی شبیه با شیشه های رنگی های خونه های قدیمی. خونه های قدیمی شیشه های رنگی استفاده میشه، دارایی از این 3 رنگ اصلی استفاده میشه. حالا چه حکمتیه که این 3 رنگ اصلی چشم حشره زده میشه؟ یعنی تزیینات خونه با دارایی بوده، شیشه رنگی ها خودی درای ورودی خونه بوده. حالا چه حکمتی حشره ای که وارد اتاق میشه اصلا وارد اتاق نمیشه، چون این 3 رنگ اصلی چشمی زده میشه و فراری بوده.
In Iran, there are some jobs and occupations which are more respected than the others. And that's because that they are related to the faith and beliefs of the people of this region. Masters of these jobs have dedicated their lives to these occupations, not looking for any financial benefit, but they're doing it because they believe that they're doing something good. You can see a very unique example of this in the city of Yazd.
Haji Maryam Abadi is a master of handmade canvas tents, not only in Yazd but through the whole country. Although this is considered as an occupation, it is one of those things that are mixed with love and passion. Handmade canvas tent is intertwined with our religious beliefs. It is a reminder of the time of Imam Hussein and his camp in the plain of Karbala. Haji Maryam Abadi used to be a simple tailor who was probably known in his neighborhood in Yazd. But now he gets orders from every corner of Iran and even other countries.
در زمان قدیم تجار درجه 1 هر شهری نوکر امام حسین بود. خیلی که می‌خواستن بزنن اغلب می‌اومدن این پوشا پهن می‌کردن به تمام تنابش تو دست می‌گرفتن می‌نشستن زیارت عاشورا می‌خوندن بعد شروع می‌کردن به نصب کردن. و این از روزی که شهادت امام حسین بوده این خیمه چون که اونجا خیمه بوده این خیمه همینطور برقرار بوده که همینطور ادامه داره و این هم چیزی نیست که تموم بشه مگه تا خداوندی خدا برجاست پرچم شاه کربلا برباد.
Like many other things that are culturally and traditionally very important for us, nabat and tea are and have always been the key parts of the Persian hospitality. Nabat or rock sugar is a type of confection composed of relatively large sugar crystals. It is formed by allowing a supersaturated solution of sugar and water to crystallize onto a surface suitable for crystal nucleation. The more vivid and clear the crystals are, the quality of nabat is higher, because the molasses goes through the process for several times, and the result becomes more yellowish and brown as it goes for the next round.
توی از یه جورایی از قدیم تا حالا حدودا مرسومه هر باکیشون میشه نواد مصرف کنن. سرشون درد میگیره یکی چای نواد دیگه بخوری خوب میشی. حتی که دندونش درد میگیره، دلش درد میگیره، هر چی یه جورایی دارویی میدونن چای نواتا. معمولا برای دل درد و اینا استفاده میشه. خودش یه جورایی حالا برای رفع باد و باد شکن هست.
Craftsmanship is the common thread that connects us to the beginning of our history. To know the Yazdi craftsmanship is to discover its past, feel its traditions and customs, and come into contact with ancestral values in which multiple peoples and cultural influences are intertwined. Make sure you take these authentic works of art, witnesses of tradition and innovations, as souvenir of this historical region of Iran. Shahriyar Azimi for Iran.